spotted. Kay dropping a video about a brand new show that you don't want to miss. XOXO, Gossip Girl. Hey there, it's Kristen, and today we are talking about HBO Max's brand new Gossip Girl Reboot. Based on the books by Cecily von Ziegler and the CW series from 2007, starring Blake Lively, Leighton Meester, and Penn Badgley, this story takes place nearly a decade later, focusing on a new cast of private schoolers, as Gossip Girl returns to share the secrets of Manhattan's elite.
Did you miss me? I know I've missed you.
The show drops weekly on HBO Max, so today we're talking about the first episode, which has us coming face to face with our new Serena and Blair, if you will, Zoya and Julian. They're two sisters who grew up separated and now are finally getting to spend time together at Constance Billiard, but there's hidden secrets and scandals to come. Julian attempts to bring Zoya into her friend group, and it doesn't quite work out. Meanwhile, Gossip Girl is ready to make her grand entrance. Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this new Gossip Girl. Are you excited? Or are you like, no thanks, we didn't need this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I remember loving the Gossip Girl books when I was younger, and when the series came out on the CW, it was a huge hit. I remember being in college and having weekly watch parties in people's dorms, and it really thrust that entire cast into stardom, especially Blake Lively. I didn't end up actually sticking with the original series just because I really loved the books, and I thought that they kind of strayed away from that a lot, so maybe I need to go back and watch the original Gossip Girl all the way through. But in the meantime, we have gotten this brand new reboot on HBO Max with Kristen Bell as Gossip Girl's voice returning, but we have a brand new cast coming into this iconic franchise and coming face to face with a brand new Gossip Girl. This new series comes from an original writer on the original Gossip Girl series, Joshua Safran, and I think because of that they did a really good job in paying tribute to the original Gossip Girl and even throwing in little Easter eggs that only like super fans of the show will know. For instance, in this first episode we meet a teacher from Constance Billiard who talks about how she went there when she was younger, Rebecca Sherman, and how she at one point was even suspected of being Gossip Girl. And it's like, wait, who was that? But when you look all the way back, there was a name drop in one of the seasons when they were first trying to figure out who Gossip Girl was, and they mention Rebecca Sherman. She's literally not even an on-screen character, it's just a name that they brought up and then they brought it into this reboot. So I thought little connections like that were really cool. Rebecca shows the other teachers the Gossip Girl blog, the dynamics between Blair and Serena, and what went on over a decade ago, and they even throw in hints of what some of the characters are doing now, like Dan being a famous writer, or Nate Archibald being a famous alumni, or Blair being a famous fashion designer. And even though at this point I don't think that there are plans for the original cast to make any appearances, it's definitely open wide if they wanted to, because it's not like they're recasting these characters as, you know, the Nate or the Blair or the Serena. This is a brand new crew coming in a full decade later. I also really enjoyed how this show dove into this new generation that's really centered around this story of two sisters who don't really know each other very well but want to know each other, and then clashing because of outside forces kind of coming into the middle of things, and the fact that they and their friend group are characters of color, that they're LGBTQ+ characters, and these are the ones leading this project. They're all rich and go to these expensive schools and have all these opportunities, and I think that that's really cool to see. I will say I don't think we've gotten enough time with the friend group yet, but they definitely started hinting at different things for each of them, and it does seem like things will be as sexy and dramatic and risque as the original series. This show also really focuses on that social media aspect, and I think that they did a really good job with it. At the height of Gossip Girl, blogs were really big. It made sense for Gossip Girl to be using a blog, but now we have all these new different social media apps and places to express yourself, and I thought that they actually tackled that very realistically. When the person whose Gossip Girl is ready to start, the first outlet they use is Twitter, and nobody cares. And then they slowly start to realize Instagram is the platform that everyone's on. And you know, maybe over time we'll start to see things shift as new social platforms emerge. Maybe down the line they'll be like using TikTok or something. And I like that they paid attention to those things, because initially when I saw that they were going to use Twitter, I was like, that doesn't really feel very realistic. I don't really think that that's what a young person would use if they were forming Gossip Girl again. And so I like that they kind of had that like misstep and then found the direction they wanted to go in. Speaking of that, I really liked how they introduced this new Gossip Girl. So spoilers ahead, but they decided to go a different route. In the original show, Gossip Girl was someone who we didn't know their identity the entire show pretty much until the end when it was revealed. But in this series they have a fresh new take where we learn who Gossip Girl is in the first episode. And Gossip Girl is a whole bunch of teachers. They feel like they have no power. They feel like the students run the school. They can easily snap their fingers and get them fired. And they feel like we need something to take the upper hand back. And it starts to work. And not only that, but it kind of makes everyone Gossip Girl because people start sending gossip and news to the account for them to post. I think it leaves it open a little bit that like, yes, we know who Gossip Girl is, but also is there going to be another twist as to like who's feeding all of this information? Ethically, if the teachers get caught, they're getting fired. But like storyline wise, I thought this was a really interesting idea. Something about these teachers learning about the original Gossip Girl and then becoming Gossip Girl that I thought was just like really kind of funny and weird and goofy. It was just very over the top, and I think that seems like the direction of this show. You know, the cinematography is beautiful, we got awesome fashion, and then we have this like over-the-top dramatic storyline. I just think it worked in the overall direction that they're going in of like bringing back a series like Gossip Girl but for a new generation and giving us a different take on it. So I really liked this first episode. If you watched the original and were really into that, you might not enjoy this. Maybe you will. But I definitely think that if you are not as familiar, or if you're, from this younger generation that they're trying to target, this might be a show right up your alley. When it comes down to it, I love the diversity in our lead characters, that we're following these rich and wealthy people of color, people in the LGBTQ+ community. I loved the references to the original show. I thought they were very realistic and spot on with the way that they portrayed social media. You also got a killer soundtrack in this first episode alone. I mean, you have Positions by Ariana Grande. They definitely had a budget for music here. And I liked the new fresh take on who Gossip Girl is and how that's revealed early on. I think this new Gossip Girl is a definite must check out, and it's already become HBO Max's most watched original series for the first week of its launch. If you guys like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!